Good afternoon everyone, this is Connor from Zenfinex bringing you a 2021 forecast for platinum. Platinum prices endured a rocky ride in 2020, hitting a 2-year high in January before plummeting to a 17-year low in March. Now platinum has really started this year on the front foot, as we've seen the market in a constant uptrend from $1,000 per ounce to around $1,240. I'll be analysing the fundamentals which will drive this market for the rest of the year and conduct an analysis on the chart to see if we can keep up with this bullish momentum. Okay, so let's take a look at the story so far. So platinum really is a market which traders tend to ignore when they shouldn't really. There is no reason for it. It's provided great buying opportunities over the last 10 months or so, which people could have made use of. Now we're currently sitting at around the 2015 highs, around $1,240 per ounce, and it's recovered and a bit more, and a lot more actually, from the coronavirus slump. Now how can this market continue for the rest of this year? Well, first of all, we have the optimism around the COVID-19 vaccine rollout, particularly in the UK and the US, where we're seeing a really impressive rate of return. Now I believe the latest comments from the UK were that something would need to go drastically wrong to not see pretty much all restrictions eased or lifted by June the 21st. Now, I'll just keep in mind this is not the case everywhere. Europe has been labelled really for having a sluggish vaccine rollout, and we are seeing really concerning numbers over the last couple of days of cases and deaths in India, which is a new variant which we hope doesn't spread around globally. The health system in India is completely overrun as well. So just something to bear in mind, that we're not out of the woods yet. I think it's the main thing to say. For the remainder of 2021, we do also have to focus on the effect of the reopening of the global economy and the effect this will have on the industrial demand. Now, a third of the demand from the platinum industry comes from the car industry, which is starting to pick up now, and I expect it to grow even more rapidly as we enter the second half of 2021. Now, this is kind of like a knock-on effect from the vaccine rollout. If the vaccine rollout goes to plan and we have all the restrictions, this is going to have a knock-on effect on our industrial demand, and we could see platinum prices increase even more. And when you look at these factors, there's a clear underlying demand for platinum, which I expect to pick up pace as the year goes on. So really, I'm going to be looking for buys on the chart for you. Okay, so I'm on the chart for platinum now to see if we can really try and exploit these buying opportunities. And I just want to give you a quick, really zoomed out view, first of all, to see where we are currently in price compared to historic prices. As you can see, we're around 1,250, and this is sitting at the 2015 highs that were recorded in around January time. Also, you can see the effect that the pandemic had, and this is a common theme throughout a lot of markets. You will see this slump really from February to March. We bottomed out at around $600 per ounce, and since then we've pretty much doubled in value, and been in a nice clear uptrend. Remember, this is the weekly chart, and we can see the market has just constantly been going up since then, and you can tell by the RSI indicator as well that this is the case. Now, where we are on the RSI indicator as well, the relative strength, is around February time we were slightly overextended, around 1350, and you can see that we had this I'd say more a natural pullback. Didn't really break any structures, but what it did do is it came to test this weekly support level, this weekly order block level, and since then we're in an uptrend, and I'm looking for price to break this structure first of all. So if I mark on potential take profits, first of all looking at around the highs 1339, and if we zoom out and see where price has been historically, this dotted line is where the price is now, so I'm just going to zoom in. You can see that there's actually quite a lot of inefficiency to be filled here and here as well. I'll be looking for price once it gets into these levels. As you can see, we filled it once. What I'm looking for now is price to run up and break this structure high, and if it can price would be a magnet to this inefficiency level, I don't see how price will be stopped in this level here, meaning that we can have another take profit around 1400. I do see the market going this high, and the extremes potentially we're looking at probably around this weekly order block here, which was the slump all the way from 2014, as our final take profit level potentially for the remainder of the year. So first of all, we just want to see how these highs hold out, and I'll just go down onto get rid of these, and I'll go down onto the daily chart to see if we can find a buying opportunity, more of a short-term buying opportunity. Now, as you can see, what I find really interesting about this market, remember it is dollar denominated as well, and I am expecting the dollar to pick up strength in May, so this could put a bit of pressure on this market, but I wouldn't be too concerned if price did fall to around 1100. The reason for it as well is this would be around where the 50-day moving average is on the weekly chart, but also more importantly, this is our daily order block level. You can see that from this level, which was at the start of the year, we had this huge impulse to the upside, which broke this structure here, our break of structure to the upside, and that's where we've topped out, and since then we've been correcting in this market. What else is interesting as well, we are starting to see the 50-day moving average starting to turn, and potentially momentum is being lost. Now, for me, I'd be looking to buy the market from this daily order block, and if I was to mark in a long position, because what you'll notice is when we had this break of structure and we came down, we actually left the tiniest bit of price inefficiency in here, which wasn't filled, which is interesting, because then if you look at the price action since then, yes, we broke this high, and yes, we retested, but since then, this is the recent high, and look, you can see that it's been whipped into, and this is actually a sign that the market could be turning around. So I'm going to be waiting to see if this high holds. If it does, then again, not interested in selling the market down to here, because with the strength of the market fundamentally and technically, the price could just turn over, and I'm not willing to risk that. I'll just be looking to buy dips, and if I mark on the buy opportunity from here around 1100, and we was to target first of all the highs up here, we're looking at around a 7.5 hour trade, and the highs, I think it was 1450 was the next profit level on the weekly chart. We're looking around a 10 hour trade, 10 risk reward trade on the daily time frame as well. So it's about being patient here, guys. Alternatively, what we could see in this market, and it's perfectly valid, is we're not yet finished today's session either, and if we were to break this high, for example, if price was to run up in the next couple of days and actually finish a bullish candle above, what I'd then be looking for is a buying opportunity potentially around the 50-day moving average. This would be, if it was a deeper correction, maybe around the 1200 level as a psychological level as well. But I would be looking for, as a point of interest, I'd be looking at something around 1220 as a opportunity to potentially buy on a lower time frame. And as you can see right away, when I'm on the 4 hour chart now, you can see price respecting these moving averages first of all, but more importantly, you can actually reduce this daily level that I marked into something a lot smaller, and we can even cover the wicks there, and we can have something a lot smaller like this. Price did run up and break this high around 1230, which I'll just mark. A sign that price wants to go higher, so there's no reason really why price couldn't fall back into our level here around 12.10 instead, and then we're looking for buying opportunities to potentially test first of all the highs as a safer play around 4R, then take some chips off the table, then we can aim for those highs at around, what was it, 1340, 1350, which is a 13R trade from this level here. So reiterating the fact that I'm not interested in selling this market at all. For the remainder of 2021, I am looking at levels such as these highs here in the next couple of months, but also the inefficiency that we see on the weekly chart, and take profits around here as well, and we'll be looking at 2014 highs then. I do see the reopening of the economy really benefiting this market, especially with industrial demand, and we've got the positive news mostly around the vaccine rollout. So that is it for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this 2021 Platinum forecast. If you did, please like these videos and turn your notifications on as well. Subscribe to them as well. It really does help boost our channel. We really do appreciate it here at ZenFinX as well. Other than that, guys, I'll catch you all for the next video on Thursday. And be sure to drop any comments as well on your opinions on Platinum. Cheers, guys. Bye.